daily. Check this out. Okay, so this is Bitcoin on the daily. Let me make sure everybody can still see me and stuff. Okay, perfect. Okay, so, and you all can see my screen too, right? Let me know if you can see my screen. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, see me on the screen. All right, so I have two monitors, so I guess I can see your comments and stuff. All right, here we go. Look, so RSI, this is the daily candle Bitcoin. To judge what's happening in the whole market, you use Bitcoin. Almost everything but small alts follows Bitcoin. Sometimes small alts scream up when Bitcoin screams down. However, look where my cursor is. Not necessarily looking at the green. Look at the white, the moving average. Okay, big hump. Big hump also got to the white line. Big hump, but it's smaller and price got bigger. Okay, so technically it is a 3-strike rule because this RSI got higher than this. So this doesn't count. So 1, 2, 3 strikes. Lower price, higher RSI. Lower price, a high and a very high RSI. A higher high, lower RSI. A higher high, lower RSI. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. And as I told you, kind of how I knew BEPRO was going down both the last run and this run, look at where my cursor is. See that green? It is stuck under the white. It loves to come up and ping it. Look. And then you know to get out, typically, when the next tick has a negative angle. That's it. Literally. So watch. Sometimes it makes you get out late, but it's better than it busting through and you shouldn't have sold, right? So watch. Okay, still wouldn't sell. Still wouldn't sell. Prints this, would sell. You would still be able to sell there. 39,000 versus 42,000. That's a small percentage. That's not much percentage out of the top. So you can't sell tops, folks. But you're only 10% away from the top. This is nasty. This is a clear and glaring 3 strikes. It's also 3 strikes on the weekly. Look. High here, high RSI. Higher high, lower tick on RSI. Higher high, lower tick on RSI. Look what's happening. Look, the same thing. The RSI came up to touch it. The next tick, down. This is nasty, folks. Okay, so what typically happens here is that you come down and touch this yellow line. And remember, crypto crackheads and cryptillians know that when 2 important lines cross, price gets sucked down into it. Look what's going to happen. Is the weekly 21 an important line? Hell yeah. It's one of them. It's perhaps the most important in all of trading any commodity. Price of oil or petroleum, rice, black market testicle price, doesn't matter. I think that one of my top 3 most likely scenarios is that it's going to come down and hit this line. And it's going to do it next week or the week after, just after it crosses. So this would be a 1 or 2 week descent, and we'll probably have a violent reaction off of it, and we're going to go real high. All right, this is what I'm seeing. Let's go to Cardano. I tweeted I shorted Cardano. Everybody, is like, sorry for your loss. I understand that, especially if you think news moves the market. I think it doesn't. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Am I usually wrong? That's up for you to decide. I actually haven't calculated. It's hard to be wrong when you guess 5 things, right? I mean, like one of them is, if you know roughly about TA, like it's pretty high chance one of them will happen. So you know, it's not like I'm a freaking genius or anything. Weekly, Cardano. You don't have divergence. So technically, Cardano could make a higher high and a lower RSI. However, the Stokes, the fast Stoke is under the red. Okay. I mean, Cardano could make a run. So in that case, I set stops, and I won't lose a lot of money. And I'll talk to you about end of candle attack here in a second. Okay, but look, go like this. Watch this. Look at the RSI on this. So look at here. See this green right here where my cursor is? High. Next high, go straight down. Is the RSI higher or lower? It's lower. Bearish divergence. Higher high. Is the RSI lower or higher? Lower. That's 3 strikes, folks. 3 strikes. The reason I shorted it is because I saw 3 strikes. I saw 3 strikes on Bitcoin even more. And then look, we've gotten under it, got stuck, came up to touch it, and now we're printing what? Look, a negative angle. Look, that's why I shorted it. RSI, folks. The Stokes are going against me, though. So this is conflicting stories, right? And that's why in my earlier videos, when I first started YouTubing, I said the hologram, you know, hologram changes as you move it. Well, we have to move it because this is conflicting stories. Let's move it around. Let's see what happens. 4 hour. Look at all these highs. Look at all that high. Look at all that high. Look at all that. Lower, 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 lower. And the reason why this RSI went up so high, I think, is because of the end of day attack. I think it's people trying to take your money. And I looked on KuCoin. Among the shorts and longs, 95% of the money in leverage trades were longs, 95%, which is even a better clue for me to short it. Like way better. Because the exchanges don't want them to make money. They don't want you to make money. Like they have so much incentive to crash the price on you. If 95% of money is leveraged long, of course they're very likely gonna crush the price. But anyway, look. So this is what end of the day run is. I bet most of the price action, yeah, like right here, bam. End of day run. Couldn't maintain it. Couldn't maintain it. Or actually they did maintain it. They maintained price. The next day, starting down. And I think it's gonna, like, this candle might not be huge. And the next candle might be green. But the one after that, it's gonna tank. And usually what happens is, the way you know it's gonna tank, so this red line, as you should know by now, is the 10 EMA. If you see price not confidently closing above here throughout the next days, the chance of me being right is extremely high because 2 important lines crossing, right? Look what we got. And the red line moves faster than the yellow line. So I think Cardano price could come down here. Next day here, it gets sandwiched. And once these cross, boom. Boom. You want to see this happen on BEPRO? Watch. And remember, BEPRO hasn't been around, or the new price action, it's really new, so you have to use the 2 hour. Guess what's happening? Look. The 10, the 21. Where is price? Sandwiched between them. It doesn't, like I said, it could be the price of black market testicles. It doesn't matter. It works the same way. I think this is what's going to happen. Maybe not so many ticks because this is the 2 hour. I think it's going to come down here, get stuck below the 10, or ride the 10 and not close above it confidently. I think this, and so, you know, and this, look what happened in BEPRO last time. The last 2 times, mountains, look, cross, tank, look, cross, and somebody front sold it. So somebody thought, oh crap, they saw what I saw. Look at this RSI. Look how low it is and look how high price is. Somebody sold. People who don't know what they're doing bought it back. Price did what? It went between here. And when did price really scream down? When these two lines crossed. The reason I know Fantom's going to tank, and I think it could tank down to 16 cents, folks. Don't quote me on that. It might hit 26 cents only. But it's going to fall. And it's going to fall hard. Fantom, where are you? There you go. Oh, it already happened. And guess what's happening on Fantom? It's falling. And it's going to come down to here. I think it's going to hit like 16. I think it's going to hit here. 16 cents. Look at it on the weekly. Try to get a different story, right? Because you don't just want to guess one thing. So there's a lot of candle bodies here. Like these are strong candle bodies. And we're going to have this 10 coming. So this line here with the 10, let's make that white. Fantom might stay up, actually. The weekly 10 might hold it, but because it went on such a big run, I don't think it will. Check this out. Let's do it from the breakout over the 10. Yeah, that's a 26. Yeah, this is going to go below it. Yeah, this is going to touch the yellow line, folks. And so yellow line's already here. I think it's going to come up to about these wicks is what I anticipate happening. And I'm probably going to long Fantom on leverage when this happens because I think Fantom might really scream. So I think it's a great project and all. It definitely overbought. Yeah, if Fantom hits 20 cents or 19 cents, yeah, 19 or 20, I'm gonna long it on. I don't use a heavy leverage, but I will long that on KuCoin. Because look, yeah, I mean this line's gonna cross it right there, and it might tank down, on late March, but so this is technical analysis, folks. It works the same way every time. So let's see. Oh yeah, we already saw it. See, the red line crossing below the yellow line. Bam, and now price. Folks, okay, this is why I'm almost certain it's going to tank. Because bots are programmed to crosses. That's why my calls on these small caps have been so good. Because we're doing the other way cross. We're doing these crosses like Shaw versus Bitcoin. It wasn't crossing on the dollar chart. It was crossing on the BTC chart right there. See that yellow line, wait a minute. Oh, it already crossed, had a fake out and landed on it. So I knew it was ready to blow. So that's actually, oh no, this is the daily. I was going to say, I swear it crossed. Okay, yeah, here we go. So look, so actually, folks, and this, you could tell we front run it. Look, the bots didn't have the chance to do it. Look, it never crossed. So that's what I've been scouting, is I'm trying to scout coins that, so like algorithms, bots algorithms, these lines haven't crossed. So I front run it and we buy it and then it crosses and then we get, it goes up a lot. But anyway, that's what we got, folks. So that's what I'm seeing. What does this mean for small caps? I really do not know. Okay, we got questions. DAPP, BEPRO. No, I wouldn't sell BEPRO. Like, your chance to sell is at the green line. No. I told you, folks, I would take profits, so I can't tell you to take profits. No. Right here. This was your profit taking. Straddle orders. And then you had a second chance. Look, right there. That's the, I probably, unless you want to sell some of it and try to catch it here, because this looks like it's going to take fast. And like I said in my other live stream, because this is tanking, BEPRO's tanking, as Bitcoin's tanking, I think it's going to go down faster than what I tweeted. I think it's just going to, yeah, I think it could touch this line before tomorrow it's dark. Like it could come all the way down to 1.6 cents. And that would be a hell of a buy. A hell of a buy. All right, everybody's talking about, okay, so now I'm going to, before I get off here, I'm going to try to, so a lot of people have put DAPP, it's DAPPT. Yeah, blue sky breakout. I mean, no, this is not a time to buy it. Like, your time to buy it was when you saw this cross, it came back down to test it, and then it bounced off confidently. Like, I was buying here and tweeting about it there, folks. Like, this isn't the time to buy it. Like, hey, when would be a time to get in on this? That's a strong reaction. It might push up one more. But I still wouldn't do this. A 2 hour 21. So the yellow line, see, look over here, I'm on the 2 hour. That is not deep enough for me. That's what she said. But no, where I start my buys are this purple line. If you extend it, keep it roughly the same trajectory, which that's too high. And actually, as price comes down to it, it's going to lose its slope. Dang it. Let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, look, the 4 hour 55. So I've told you that the first dip likes to touch one of these. However, this is staying above its 4 hour 10. This might pop again, folks. However, I wouldn't bet on it because the chance of you getting in thinking it might go up, the chance of you getting a 62% loss in a day is too high. Like, this is like buying now would be against a winning strategy over time. Could you be right this time that it comes up from current price another 132%? You more than double your money? Sure. And then this great, see where my cursor is, the RSI? The RSI would come up and make a lower high and do what Bitcoin and Cardano are doing. It would print bearish divergence, higher high, lower RSI. But yeah, guys, I would try to get it down here at 0.005, like literally. Okay, and if you do that, guess what's going to happen? It's going to scream back up. That's more than triple. That's almost quadruple your money. 300% is triple your money because 100% increase is double, right? This is 3.5 times your money if you catch that. I would, yeah, totally. I totally would not do that. Okay, so we got Bolt. Everybody's saying Bolt, VRA. Okay, Bolt, VRA. Silo. Okay, Bolt, VRA, Silo. Let's do VRA because I've kind of abandoned my viewers on that, and I know I got a lot of viewers because of it, so I guess I should honor that. Yeah, I think this is going to do the same. Look at the RSI. Look, you tell me, okay? Knowing what you know for my channel, is this a good time to sell? I want to hear, I want to see some responses. So look at this RSI, but look at also, so this is the 4 hour. Do you think this is a good time to sell yet using the 4 hour specifically? Yeah, 12 years ago. I know. I play music and I sing and stuff. All right. No, okay. Well, I wouldn't call that a third strike necessarily. 1, 2. Well, sort of. Yeah, I mean, you could. It's kind of like a 2 strike, but regardless, it's stuck under the line. Using the 4 hour chart, I still would not sell because the chance of this busting through is okay. I would sell on the next 4 hour if you're up that late, right? Like, I would wait to see whether the next tick, if it goes through or if it goes down. If it goes down, I would sell. Does that make you late to the party? Yes. Could you sell now? Well, let's try to use a smaller time frame, see what's going on. Yeah. 2 hours saying absolutely sell it. Because look what BEPRO did. Same thing. See this 2 hour RSI? Got stuck below. 1 try, 2 tries. Out. The last height, look, went below, 1 try, 2 try, 3 try, 4 try, tank. That tried a lot. Yeah, 2 hours saying get rid of it. But you would want to buy it back. If you like VRA, you know, just go to TradingView and set it up how I showed you guys. And try to, you know, make a best guess of the slope. Oop. I guess that was the right color. Like this, the slope gets a little lower, right? And guess how many days it might take? 2 or 3 days. So yeah, try getting it back here. Now also, let's see how good the story lines up. Does this align with anything to the left? You got to look left on a bigger time frame. So let's go to the week. No, we're at a blue sky breakout, so you can't do that. What other pieces of the story do we have? So we're looking at the 2 hour. So this is kind of my guess here. Let's look at the 4 hour. Try to put more stories together. Does the 4? So what are the 2 most common lines to hit in a first dip in crypto? It's the 4 hour 55 and the 2 hour 89. Look, they're almost together. So if you want to buy back, maybe try to buy half there and put half here, and you can do it now. If you had USD if you had USD and Tether, you could literally go now, put limit buys, not market buy, limit buys. You could, if you wanted to. This is not financial advice. You could go for 0.0157, 1.37, 1.357. All right, but not half and half. Just do a bunch in between. So let's say you had $100. $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, or whatever, how many 10 times. All like equal distribution. That's what I would do. Yeah, that's VRA. Bolt. Is Bolt finally taken off? Damn it. No. Yeah, I mean, Bolt could come down with BTC. Like I said, it's a hit or miss. However, would I sell yet? Would I abandon this? No. It's still above its 2 hour 21 in a push. That's perfectly fine. Look what BEPRO did. Look what BEPRO did. So it did not come down and hit the yellow line on the 2 hour, but it did on what time frame? The 1 hour. Hit it perfectly. Okay. So yeah, I don't think it's time to sell. I'm not abandoning my Bolt position yet. Did that just take? No, this is the 1 hour. Okay. Yeah. So it's testing this. So what I would do is, if I need a judge, do I get out? Is how strong of a reaction is the next candle? When does the next candle tick? Right here, look where my cursor is, in 47 minutes. So just like the reason I shorted Cardano, I did it at the end of the day because I knew the next day was going to start soon. So, so you won't really be able to tell unless price tanks. You won't be able to tell for 47 minutes. That's Bolt. I'm not bailing on Bolt right now. Let's look at what the day says. Yeah, look, this looks healthy. Just like RSI, how it gets stuck below, it likes to check it coming up from above too. It went too high. It's got to come back and check its moving average. This is perfectly fine. I think this is going to go higher, folks. I'm still confident in Bull, and it could come all the way down here tomorrow. Like if this, so that I'm on the daily time frame. This is the 10. 10 will be here tomorrow. If it comes down and tests this, I'm still good with that because this RSI will stay above, and it's probably going to ping right off. Yeah, I think I'm good with, I'm staying with Bull, personally. MTV. AVE. I don't know what AVE is. Okay. Oh, I forgot Silo. Okay, I'll get Silo. So I'm only going to do like 4 more. Silo looks strong, folks. It's printing a green candle at the beginning of the day when Bitcoin's gonna, down. That doesn't look very strong. It is above. If you're not in MTV now, would I get in? I don't think I would yet. I would not get in yet. I think this is going to range out, folks, like BEPRO did. BEPRO came down. Let's see what this did, right? Did it come down to the 2? Yeah, the 2 hour 89. Exactly the key level I tell you is most likely. And what does that also align with? Usually it's pretty close to the what? The 4 hour 55, the blue line. Look Look, it just happens everywhere. Like, this isn't rocket science. Like, but it did take me a lot of years to identify these patterns, though. So I'm glad I'm able to show you guys what I learned and make it really simple. Like, literally, blue line, purple line, switch the hour, click 2, click 4, blue line on 4, purple line on 2, red line on D, right? So the daily 10 is typically close to it too, right? Like, that's all you do. You click 2, 4, and day. Look for purple, blue, and red. That's it. So yeah, it came down and tested the most common levels, and usually those 3 levels align. That's why it typically ticks off of it, folks. You see what I'm saying? Because some people's bots play the 2 hour, some people's bots play the 4 hour, some people's bots play the daily. And when all those are being played at the same time, it makes it that much stronger. It's like triple strong, triple reinforced. That's why it's so common, because they just all happen to align, and it's almost every time. During a bull market. During a bear market, that's not so. Bear markets are freaking tough, folks. That's why I keep warning you. The party will be over at the end of this year. I'm dead serious, and I'm not gonna be wrong. So would I buy this if I were not into MTV? Would I get into this? No. I would wait till the second dip. And where does the second dip like to go? The yellow line. But why does it go up first, though? Why is it so common that it comes down, hits those other lines, goes up first? Why? Anybody want to take a guess? Maybe something to do with where my cursor is? Because it lets this line catch up. Look. It just lets it catch up. So, green candle here. Green candle here. And a big fat red candle, but it would probably wick. So most of this is not the body. If I had to make a guess, but usually what's more common is this. You'll usually see a bounce, especially at a key level like this. And then it'll tag it. But then again, like I said, this last red line here, it'll probably close red, but close way up here. This would be a wick. And then what'll happen? Booyah. Or it might stutter step and then booyah. And then it'll stutter step at one of these lines, or both. Stutter step, just like BEPRO did at my other green line that it actually ended up passing. Something like this, folks. This is a common play. So imagine there are some other candles here, right? So we should know by March. So this will take 10 days. I think this is going to range for 10 days. I would try to buy the yellow on the daily, the 21. That's MTV. AVE, gosh darn it. AVE. Is this it? Okay, you all tell me. Look. What just happened? Twice. Cross, tank. Fake out. Crossed again. Yeah, this is going to make a lower, this is going to go lower. Now, it could actually form a descending triangle. So it could easily bottom out at the same exact level. That's very common. But it's going to hit that line again. And look what's crossing it. Look what's crossing it. The daily 89, which means this is a deep correction. This is not common in a bear market, folks. Yeah, this coin is probably going to stay above 290. It's probably going to stay above 300. It might wick below it, but I don't think it's going to go below it. This is a bull market. It does look like it's going to test it. Let's see what the 4 hour is saying. Yeah, it's going to come down and test this line. That's AVE. I can't do too many more, folks. I'm really sorry. Silo, shit. Did I not do cap already? All right, I gotta put a baby in bed here soon. All right. Dang, Silo did do it. What'd I say? Looking strong. A lot of divergence though, folks. This is the 4 hour though. 4 hour divergence doesn't always play out. What I like to look for is if on the 4 hour RSI, if it gets stuck below the line. So the general rule for the 4 hour, you can't really play too much divergence. I guess you could. Would this be a safe sell? Like, 20% of your bags or something? Yeah. This, like, look, the line's there for a reason. It's a bag line. Choose your size, 10 bag, 50 bag, 20 bag, whatever. But you should have already had your orders in. Like, market selling, you could, but it's just, you're going to make the rest of your bag, you're going to contribute to the rest of your bag falling. This could hit the next level. I think in my last video, I said I think it will hit the next level. Because this is strong, folks. This is a strong base. This reminds me of what Fantom did. This really reminds me of Fantom. It reminds me of this. Right here. This took 43 days. Why do I remember this stuff? I don't know. I'm just really good with numbers. Or no, was it 4? No, 23 days. I'm sorry. So I was wrong. I thought there was a 43 day. Hold on. No, it was 23. So I was off. Yeah, but Silo reminds me of this. That's what I'm seeing inside. That's the footprint I am seeing. Will it play out the same? I don't know. But is it perfectly acceptable and a profitable strategy to have taken 10 bags here? Absolutely. Don't be scared to sell, folks. That's a noob mistake. Because if you're wrong and it keeps going up, who cares? Market buy it and then put your 10 bags here. You can see the momentum and you could go to the 2 hour to try to figure it out. Is the next 2 hour going to print green and bust through here? If it does, buy. That's it. And then immediately put your 10 bags here. That's simple. Or you can just not do any of that. If you didn't put your 10 bags here already and you don't want to sell, you can just wait it out. It's going to hit this line one point or another. And I think it's going to be soon. So even with Bitcoin taking, this is strong. This reminds me of Fantom's move. Which means it could go a lot higher. Yeah, it might not hit the next line. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Now I'm kind of looking at the week. This tells me a very different story. However, BEPRO went up like 7 in a row. So this could get a blue sky breakout and go up here. Yeah, so I take that back. I think it's roughly a 50-50. It hits this line and roughly a 50-50. So let's do a 2 most probable. 1, it comes up here, chills, maybe comes back down, tests this, does the same thing it did here, and then does the blue sky breakout, right? Okay, so if you can see this on a bigger time frame. Sorry, my wife's calling me on my business phone. All right, yeah, so that's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, so that means I got to put a baby in bed. Cap and I'm done. Sorry, guys. I told you I had to put a baby in bed. I saw it's 9:15. Cap is breaking out of this formation. This is a good buy moment. Now, should you have bought on the weekly time frame when it was about front run the cross? Absolutely. Did you miss out on a little bit of the run? Sure, but look, zoom out. Look how much you got left to go. I think I would buy this. And I did. When it broke out here, I think I bought and it went straight down. I didn't care. Or no, this is the week. No, I didn't. I didn't buy that. I bought this. I bought this. And it went down a little bit. Who cares? Yeah, this is going to bust through, folks. Yeah, this is actually buying a breakout. This is a good buy. Not a good buy like goodbye. Well, actually, I am saying goodbye too. But yeah, I think what's going to happen is this white line will come up here and the green will stay above it. How high will it go? I really don't know. Let's look at the weekly. It might get stuck here. That's a well, it already tested it once. Yeah. Am I missing anything here? A lot of wicks. There might be like a thin resistance here. So see this? See the wick, candle body, wick, wick, candle body, candle body, candle body. Yeah, this is actually pretty strong resistance. I would say it comes up here, wicks through it, goes halfway to here. So it almost gets to whatever, like 6 zeros, 1274. I think it goes above 1184 just a little bit, comes here, and then settles about here, and then maybe ranges out, and then makes its next push to the next level of, it'll probably stutter step here. Probably won't stutter step long. Next level, let's just kind of call it between here. So I think the next ranging out would be way up here. But how much of a run is that, you know? And this is versus BTC. So if BTC is going up, this is like way more on the USD chart. All right, guys. Hey, I got to peace out. My wife has trained me, essentially, to put the baby in bed, the small one, youngest of 4. So I'm out. Hey, thanks for joining me. How many viewers? Yeah, 144. Yeah, I'm not a big channel yet. That's pretty good. Like, that's about a 10% of my subscribers. So that's pretty good. We'll see you next time. Likely see you tomorrow afternoon.